This $20 gadget can save you hours or even days of work as a drone pilot. This is a simple car power inverter, and this can help you charge up your phone, laptop, the drone's RC, and even the drone's batteries. Having this in the car can mean the difference between being able to finish data collection on the same day versus having to go back, charge everything up, and then come back the next day or even in a few days if there's some bad weather. And this is just one of 5 must-have drone pilot accessories you should always have with you in the field. Another thing that is often overlooked is proper clothing. We can start off with the high visibility vest. This is something that in most areas is a requirement for all drone pilots to make you very easily identifiable. So just make sure you always have this with you and you are wearing it when you are flying your drone. Also, if you're flying in areas where it can get a bit chilly, especially when being outside for longer, I suggest you bring an extra set of warm clothes. This will help you stay warm and stay focused on the job. Also, if you're working in some areas with more hot climate, it can be a very good idea to have with you some long sleeve shirts, because this can also help you not only against the sun, but also against mosquitoes. And last but not least is the cap, which can be very useful when you're piloting your drone in bright sunlight. And along with this, I also suggest you always have with you a pair of sunglasses. Hardware is hard. That's why you should always have with you a screwdriver kit and a multi-tool to make things easier. This can prove invaluable when you need to undo some screws in the field, undo some zip ties, or do any other work on the drone. So always make sure you have with you either a multi-tool with hex toolkit or a screwdriver kit. But the most important part, why you are out in the field in the first place, is of course the data itself. That's why I recommend you always bring with you at least one spare high-speed micro SD card. Because in case the first one fails, or maybe you have forgotten to put it inside of the camera, it's always good to have a backup so you can go and collect the data without having to drive back or drive to a store to pick up a spare SD card. There's a saying among drone pilots that if you don't have the data in at least 2 places, you do not have the data at all. That's why I suggest you always bring with you an SSD. And after you have finished gathering all the data, don't just leave it on the SD card of the drone, but always make sure to back it up on the SSD as well. Because as we know, SD cards can get lost, maybe somebody else in your team might take it out, erase it. That's why it's always good to have a backup of the data to ensure you don't need to go and recollect it again. But as we know, hardware is nothing without the software. That's why we recommend you use UgCS for planning professional drone missions. Now we have a UgCS open license, which is completely for free and available now on our website. So make sure you grab it and experience what can you do with full 3D flight planning and ability to plan missions for multiple drone platforms in the same software. What are some of your must-have accessories to always have with you in the field? Let us know down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.